Saturday edition of Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and we're taking a look at the 9 races at Belmont Park this Saturday. Firstly, let's wind back to Wednesday. Another brilliant win by Wink and a Nod, making it 2 listed victories in a row and 2 listed wins for Lucy Warwick as well. Great to see that horse going so well and should be racing again if it pulls up well in another 10 days. So very exciting to see the trail and path that Wink and a Nod decides to go down to. Let's take a look at the conditions that we will be faced with on Saturday at Belmont Park. It is 20 degrees with possible thunderstorms, a good 4, and the rail will be at an inside position. Race number 1, it is the West Speed 3-year-old handicap over the 1600 metres. It is scheduled to commence at 11:55. Some interesting form lines coming into this race. Cubit and Cundy has been racing well but does go up in the weights. And then a few horses that we've seen on the Wednesdays like a Dreamtime Dancer, which has been racing well but shown signs of greenness as well. The replay that we're going to take a look at first is Cubit and Cundy. Last start finishing second behind Senso.
400 over Cubit and Cundy, then 2 lengths Celtic Wizard. Reverend John coming to the outside with his run by the 250. Hill sitting quietly on Senso. Cubit and Cundy coming. Reverend John on the outside, but Senso slipped away with 100 left to go. It's Senso from Cubit and Cundy, Reverend John, but he keeps Senso going, and Senso's too good. Senso beat Cubit and Cundy. Another Maori boy picked up third.
Another good performance there by Cubit and Cundy, finishing second. The start before that, it finished second behind Reverend John as well. So the form lines are certainly there. My concern is the 59 kilos for this start. It's drawn nicely, but carrying that weight and giving away a healthy advantage to a horse like Dreamtime Dancer, I think might be the difference in this race. The other horse that I think it is between is the one that I mentioned there, Dreamtime Dancer. The 55 kilos, Peter Hall to ride. Now this horse has finished third and second in its 2 starts so far, carrying the 53.5 and 53 kilos for that. So it does have to go up in weight here. But with Peter Hall, I just think some of the signs we've shown that have been seen, the greenness and the immaturity, he might be able to just get out of this filly. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it races over the 1600 metres. I think with that 4 kilo difference, this is the way to go into this race. So Dreamtime Dancer to beat Cubit and Cundy for me. Outside of that, I don't think there's a lot of depth in this race. I do think it is a 2-horse race, but another Maori boy was impressive, finishing 2 lengths behind Senso last start. I think Celtic Wizard will continue to improve, and Paul Harvey riding for Fred Kersey there is a good sign. Selections for race number 1, I'm going to be tipping number 8, Dreamtime Dancer from number 1, Cubit and Cundy. Number 3, another Maori boy, and number 5, Celtic Wizard. Race number 2 at Belmont Park. It is Perth. Race number 2 for our Singapore viewers. It's a West Speed 3-year-old plate over the 1,000 metres. And we do see the battle again between London Line and Hot Goods. Really looking forward to this. Last start, it was Hot Goods that was able to beat London Line. The question mark is, can it do it again? Let's take a look at that replay from last start.
Part of 6 or 7 lengths from the leader, but it's setting after it. And back towards the inside is Culverin. Lucy's nursing the leader, Hot Goods, though, down to the 200. She's got a big lead on Crypto Kid, Planet 9, Sporting Image. London Line is still running on. Hot Goods is the leader with 100 left to go. Down the outside comes London Line. It's flying home. The post is looming, and it comes in the nick of time for Hot Goods.
She was very impressive again there, managing to hold off a fast finishing London Line. Does go up a kilo here, and for me that might just be the advantage of London Line. They had all of the favours that day, Hot Goods. The leaders certainly enjoyed a nice time out in front, and the ride from William Pike, and he was quite honest after the race, very disappointed with his performance. He'll be wanting to bounce back in a small field as well. And I think London Line can be too strong for Hot Goods in this race. For me, it is a 2-horse race again between these two. Outside of that, number 4, It's Dynamite, has shown some pretty good form lines as well. Was beaten by Military Rock, then came out next start and beat Loopy's Lady by a length. Joseph has a party to take the ride this start, so 3 rides this campaign with 3 different jockeys, and he'll be hoping to continue on the good form there as well. But as I said, for me, it is between London Line and Hot Goods, and that will be my selection for this race. Number 1, London Line, from number 3, Hot Goods. Number 4, It's Dynamite. Number 6, Planet 9. Race number 3 at Belmont Park. It is Perth. Race number 4 for our Singapore viewers. It's also over the 1,000 metres. Some pretty impressive runners going into this race. Born Supremacy was very good last start, beating Agachar Cruz. Konocho was scratched from Wednesday to race for this Saturday as well, so looking forward to seeing how she goes. And even Dexterous Lad, an impressive winner last start. Let's take a look at the replay of Kenosha last start for Adam Durant. As I said, did it with ease, winning by 2 lengths first up. Let's have a look at that run now.
Top of the home straight, Rio Flyer setting sail for the judge. Leads at the top of the running. 2 lengths, Bailey's fine. Now Kenosha starting to really get busy on the inside, and down the outside comes the favourite with a run. Ruby Can Run at the 200. Ruby Can Run, Kenosha. Kenosha the leader though, nearing the 100. Ruby Can Run trying to gun her down, but Kenosha's going better than Ruby Can Run. Further back, Rio Flyer, but Kenosha with a great return. Kenosha 2 lengths to...
A very good performance there by Kenosha, winning by 2 lengths. First up over Ruby Can Run. Now comes into this race with just the 55.5 kilos from barrier 3. They were meant to run on Wednesday against Tudor Bolt and also Roman Fighter. Decided to scratch for this run, and I can see why. I really think they can win this race. As I said, it was a very impressive victory first up, as you saw in the replay there. Another horse that's going along very nicely is Born Supremacy with the Chris Gangemi stable. They're flying at the moment as well. Aaron Mitchell to Ryan, so just the 56 kilos. It beat Agachar Cruz last start and meets it better in the weights here again. From barrier 2, I think this horse can certainly get a very nice run, and it should be very hard to beat from that performance that we saw, as we said, the win last start as well. Pop Hero's another one I don't mind in this race. Horse number 4, Randy Tanteride, so just the 55.5 kilos, was beaten by Terrorise last start, but with that weight drop in all the other rides, Jason Whiting has ridden, so the 3 kilo claim may be a big difference. Does have a good record over the 1,000 metres as well. I think Pop Hero is one that you can throw into your 4. Selection 4, race number 3, I'm going to be tipping number 8, Kenosha. From number 2, Born Supremacy, number 1, Agachar Cruz, and number 4, Pop Hero. Race number 4, it is Perth. Race number 6 for our Singapore viewers. It's a West Speed Stayers bonus handicap over the 2,200 metres. A lot of these horses have been racing against each other, and looking forward to seeing some of these battles, especially Zerance taking on Demuro. It was Demuro that got the job done last start. It was a double for Gavin Slater, who had Resonates in the following race come out and win as well. Let's take a look at the win by Demuro last start.
Free service, Zerance to the outside of those. Under some pressure though on straightening. Demuro the leader, Cougar Express on the inside. And then 2 lengths Military Service. Zerance is only grinding at the 200. Demuro's holding them. It's Demuro clear for Pike. I think he's got their measure with 100 to go. Cougar Express, Zerance will battle out the minors, but a bit of Pike brilliance comes away here for the Wizard Demuro and wins it more than 2 lengths. Demuro.
Really good performance there by Demuro. Managed to get the job done. Drawn in barrier 12 for this start, the 56 kilos with William Pite to ride does go up 2 kilos as well. But if you're having a look at the battle with Zerance, which finished second in that race, as you saw, it goes up 2.5 kilos as well. So Demuro does meet it better in the weights again for that 2.5 length defeat. Lucy Warwick to ride for Zerance, I think, is a big improvement there. And I'm actually leaning towards Zerance over Demuro for this race. You look at its recent runs, second for its past 3 victories. And I just think Lucy will be able to get this horse to run. It is a talented galloper. I don't think it's quite reached its best this campaign. It certainly has hurt a few punters, but this may be the start where Zerance gets that victory. It has been a while now, as we said, since it's won over this type of distance and won over the 1,400 metres back on the 1st of July, but not the 2,000 metre plus for a while. I think once it does, it may string a few together. Some other interesting runners in this, firstly, number 6, Vital Edition. It was a good performance last start, was beaten 2.5 lengths by Street Bandit. Now, this horse, when it steps up to the distance, has seemed to struggle in recent times. It's had 3 attempts over the 2,200 metres, placed on 1 occasion, but the other 2 runs weren't great. I really don't think this horse wants 2,000 metre plus. I think it wants that 1,600 to 1,700 metres. But from that last run, I'm going to give it one more chance over this distance. So we'll see what trainer Ben Pearce can do. Peter Hall to ride for this as well. Number 7, Black Royale, I think will be a horse that will improve in this run. It's had the 2 starts over 1,400 and 1,600 metres. Now steps over the 2,200, which it has won twice from before over 3 attempts. So it does enjoy this distance. The 55.5 kilos. Lucas Camilleri to ride. He has a great relationship with this horse, and I think we will see that improvement now 3rd up in this campaign. Let's take a look at selection 4, race number 4. I'm going to be tipping number 1, Zerance. From number 5, Demuro, number 6, Vital Edition, and number 7, Black Royale. Race number 5, at Belmont Park, it is Perth. Race number 8 for our Singapore viewers. Another speedy event over the 1,000 metres, and looking forward to some of the head-to-head battles in this race. Of course, last starter before Saturday was washed out. Ian and I were both very keen on Mad Asset. We had it as our best bet of the day. As we said, of course, it was rained out last Saturday, so Mad Asset comes to this start, but does have the 63 kilos allocated. Aaron Mitchell to ride, so just the 60 kilos here from barrier 4, but certainly is going to make it interesting. That is the replay we're going to take a look at. Firstly, Mad Asset winning last start. Then we'll analyse how it will go with the 60 kilos.
From Old Blacksmith, who's going up now and testing him. 2 lengths on a downtown train, and here comes the one they've got the money on. It's Mad Azza down the outside with his run on a downtown train, goes with him. Further back, True Storm, don't like the others with 100 left to go. Mad Azza Asa had hit the front. True Storm on a downtown train, and then Blacksmith, but they've got it right with Mad Asa. Mad Asa too good, wins it by 2 lengths. True Storm.
He's certainly going along well. 9 starts and never finished any worse than second. This is going to be a big test with the 60 kilos, but from barrier 4 and with his class, I think he can win this race as well. As I said, not as confident as I was last week where it was the best bet by a country mile, but still willing to have Mad Asa on top in this race. Having a look at the other runners, and Madam Sass was one as well in that run last start that we thought would improve. As we said, rained out, of course, but I still think we can see that improvement. Emerson to Rise, so just the 56 kilos from barrier 5. This horse is a 1,000 metre specialist, 12 attempts for 3 wins and 7 places. We haven't seen its best form for a while, but I'm thinking that this may be the race again where it does improve. So expecting Madam Sass to certainly work into this race. Number 5, Woolaba has been in really good form. William Pike to take the ride is drawn out wide with the 59 kilos, but we saw 2 starts ago from barrier 9 that it was able to cross and lead, and they'll be looking to do the same again. They've reinvented this horse. It's had 2 wins over the 1,000 metres in 3 starts ago and then 2 starts ago. Stepped out to the 1,200 last start, and it was only beaten a neck by Petrol Power as well. So the form lines are certainly strong enough. Back to the 1,000 metres is ideal for this horse. Number 8, Turkle, Troy Turner to ride. William Pike jumps off, so for me that is a big sign that he believes Woolaba is a better chance. Didn't handle the soft track last start, should improve. And Nightingale Road's another one as well that we can also look at the form lines. William Pike normally rides this horse, so again he's chosen not to. Sean O'Donnell to ride. The big worrying sign for me with this is the statistic of 8 attempts at the track and only 4 placings. Still yet to win at Belmont Park. Carries just the 54 kilos for this race. I'm going to be tipping number 1 Mad Asa here. From number 5 Woolaba, number 3 Madam Sass, and number 6 Delray Beach first up.